It's tough because if I pull this video off, it'll change your life. Ultimately, a lot of what I do when I'm sitting in this seat is what's the thing that can help you today? What's the thing that can change your life? What is the thing I can say to elicit more underdogs and kind-hearted badasses into this world? Motivation. People generally aren't just motivated every day, all day, get it done. The people that do the most in this world, it's not like they never suffer the I don't feel like it. But there is a couple tricks, I think, some things to keep you going. You can call them life hacks, if you will. But we're still in the pre-work chapters of starting your business. And I think it's important to figure out ways to stay motivated when you don't feel like it. We all have those days where we're ready to get up, kick ass. Nobody can get in our way. Anything is possible. The ultimate optimism. But that's not all the time, right? So when you have one of these days where you're the ultimate optimist, I want you to write down your loftiest goals. But more importantly, I want you to write down the reasons that you want these goals. This is just for you, so feel free to write down anything you want. This list isn't important for this moment. You're feeling like you can conquer the world right now. This list is for the days that you don't feel like you can do anything. It's your why, if you will. It's also important to tie this list to some life resounding things. What are the things in this life that you have to accomplish before you go? People very unoftenly stretch their life goals out. What are the things that you're going to be sitting on your deathbed regretting if you didn't do? How often do we go, I can't believe another week has passed. I can't believe another year has passed. I can't believe another decade has passed. I don't know about you, but I never looked back on last week and wished I had watched more TV. But in the moment, that is what your brain tries to get you to do. Oh, that work stuff, that's hard. That gym stuff, that's hard. I can just sit here and absorb something and numb out on life. And then the next thing you know, life has passed you by. We all have the tendencies to let that thing creep into our brain that says, sit there and watch some TV. It's okay to have the extra rest day. You worked enough this week. Give yourself the break. And all that is okay if you've actually earned it. I think a lot of times about the things that frustrate me most in the world, the things that weren't fair to me, the injustices perpetrated upon me or those that I love. And I think by these actions in creating the better avatar in life, that is this, I'm able to surmount bigger obstacles. So think about the things that piss you off. Write that on your list. Quite often when I'm doing pull-ups, I don't want to get the last one. That's hard. That's the hardest one. And that's really the one you're doing it for to begin with. The first one does almost nothing for you. So how do you get to the last one? You create a nemesis in this world. That can be a combination of a bunch of people. That can be one particular person that wasn't fair to you. Used to say to myself all the time, it's like they wouldn't want you to get that other pull-up. Right in the moment of my biggest weakness, can you imagine your nemesis sitting there cheering you on not to do something? The do it anyway philosophy is incredibly motivating. Switching on the brighter side is like the things that you must accomplish in this world, and how is today going to lead to that day? You can have one bad day, you can have two bad days, but the second you get into months and weeks and years of not doing, life is passing you by. There's a lot of data on the human brain and how it reacts to routines. I'm not going to spill out data today because you intuitively know this. They say it takes 2 weeks to develop a habit or something along those lines. It's getting through the steps that get you to that habit, and then you don't know how to do without it. Those of you struggling with the workout motivation piece, I always say to people, you're lucky because this is the worst you're ever going to feel. You stick with the workout routine even for a couple weeks and some decent food, you will feel exponentially better. Your life probably sucks right now because you don't feel good, ever. This is the best I'm ever going to feel. Doesn't get better than this. And then show up. Showing up is the key component to anything. When I don't feel like my day at the gym, I go in and I tell myself it's a stretch. I do the lighter routine. And in fact, I get a better pump most of the time. And then before you know it, I probably feel like doing it and I'm pushing to do it harder. Going through the motions and setting the routine and sticking with the things that you say you're going to do is the key to a long-term strategy towards building the back of your brain that just says, this is what we do. A lot of us wake up tired. A lot of us wake up not feeling like doing something. In your business, you'll deal with a lot of sick anxiety and you'll feel like running away. But it's the key to showing up, looking at that list and remind yourself in those most beautiful moments when you're feeling the most optimistic, what you want and why you're doing it, and establishing the routine that puts you through the motions no matter what. When you could put yourself into this mindset and push through the pain of what the easier choices are, this is where the difference in the normal humans become the spectacular humans. It's interesting that I'm talking to you on a day of motivation and doing things anyway, on a day that I don't feel like making a video. But I promised you guys that I would do this stuff for you to help you, underdogs. So here I am, showing up, going through the motions, and doing it anyways. Till next time, underdogs, let's all keep walking forward, even on the days we don't feel like it.